Hey, what's happening, y'all? It's a dealer back with another Modern Era G.I. Joe review, and for this video, we're going to be looking at the Battle Force 2000 figure, codenamed Blocker. So, appreciate y'all bearing with me. I know it's been a minute since I posted a video. I'm trying to finish out the set, etc., and all the con items. And I wanted to talk about this guy because, well, for those of y'all that attended the show, if y'all were like me, you probably tried to exchange this dude at the Joe Info booth because, you know, he looked like he went to the salon and probably got his eyebrows waxed. So one thing to note out the gate is all of these guys had no eyebrows, and I don't know what's up with that. You know, I don't know what the QC process is. I don't know who's running the show at the factory, who's in talks with them, you know, but I think that's a pretty I mean, let's just call it what it is, right? A spade is a spade. That's a pretty big oversight. So I just wanted to call that out first and foremost. And it's kind of a bummer. But nonetheless, you know, I think aside from that, I think they nailed the essence of the character. And all in all, here's what I'll say. All in all, this set does a phenomenal job at putting nods to the vintage characters, right? Personally, my personal opinion as a reviewer is that they should have went with the vintage helmets for Maverick, and the microphone for Dodger. That is my personal / professional opinion as a figure reviewer. Now, having said all that, and I apologize, you know, I'm probably seeming a bit long-winded, and that's because I got a little bit of inspiration with me here. So there's that. So let's get down to business here. So we got the file card, and there it is, and that's a lot. So y'all go ahead, feel free to pause that, get caught up. I got to do a lot of reading myself. I haven't been really reading these things how I should. And yeah, so let's I guess let's get into the figure. So I'm going to turn that on. Boy, hold up. He's got the mic. So this set is prone to something that I'm just going to dub the Jackson Lean. I don't know why, and I'm having a hard time getting him back on the stand for some reason. But this set has a lot of like leaning issues with characters. Like, you see, even that still, you can see he's kind of got the funkadelic lean going. And that's what the figure looks like from a 360-degree angle. So I'm gonna cut that. I'm gonna get him off, and we'll talk about accessories. So you should notice that I have the vintage version of the gun here. He does come with a modern version of the gun. That is not how I'll be displaying mine. However, it's really indifferent which version I show you. They are an exact one-for-one of each other. The version that came with the set, though, is in a bit of a gray, kind of like his shotgun here. And there's nothing new here. This is the same shotgun that Falcon came with. This is the same shotgun. I mean, it's been used time and time again throughout the line. So nothing new to note there. He does come with a pretty nice stand. And again, I don't know what the theme was with the green stands, but that's the theme that they chose. And instead of a code name, they prefaced it with Battle Force 2000, the colon, and then the code name. So let's just get right into this guy. This is the figure, and you'll note, unlike the ones that came with the set, mine has eyebrows. And the reason that he has eyebrows is because my wife was gracious enough, bless her heart, to paint them on for me. She, you know, I showed her I was like, hey, you know, I said, hey, babe, you know, I want you to look at something for me. Like, if you looked at these guys side by side, what would you notice like one has over the other? And immediately she's like, wow, who waxed his eyebrows? Which was funny because, I told the guy at the booth, I was like, hey, he looked like he went and had his eyebrows waxed and they took off a little too much. He was like, yeah, him and all the others. That's when I realized it was that was an issue that was just prominent throughout all the sets. Now, having said that, eyebrows aside, or lack thereof, I do like this figure. I'm not even gonna lie. I think he's probably my second favorite, right behind Dodger, and then third up would be probably DJ. But this is a great looking figure. Like, it really is. Like, the paint apps are spot on the money. They're crisp. They're clean. I think just as I'm moving throughout the figure here, I think that again the club did a really good job capturing the essence of the figure. So, having said that, let's just get right into it again. So, paint apps are clean. Articulation-wise, one side goes higher than the other, and that is because of the sculpting that's going on here. So, nothing you can really do about it. Head, aside from the eyebrows, head sculpt looks great. Paint on the helmet looks fantastic. The vest, I can't think offhand whose vest this is, but I know it's been used because it might be I'm looking at my wall here, like, no, it's not the Pursuit of Cobra Wakando. But rest assured, ladies and gentlemen, this vest is not new. And none of these parts are new, actually. So moving down the figure, articulation-wise, he does make use of the double knee joint. You do get a pretty good range of motion. However, because of how this sculpt butts up against this, it does flare out like we're accustomed to seeing. I don't know what's going on with that. I might have to just loosen and reseat the screw. I'm hoping that's all that is. So moving down, you do get a good downward. You get no upward because of how the leg pad is sculpted. So should be noted. Now, will he fit a vehicle? Yeah, he should fit a vehicle, no problem. I don't know what's going on with this knee joint right here, but yeah, there we go. Yeah, he should hold a vehicle, no problem. And we'll put it to the test here at the conclusion of this video. So range of motion on the head looks good. You don't, with these you usually don't get very much up and down momentum. Silver paint is sharp as a tack, except for, unfortunately, right there, they did get a little carried away. I will probably just go ahead and scrape that off with an X-Acto or put some alcohol on a Q-tip and rub it out. I'm going to rub you out, see? So yeah, paint gets a little wonky there too on the front of the vest. But all in all, I mean, from a shelf, I'm not really going to nitpick that too hard. And again, I'm just glad to have a new product in my hand, despite the fact that my wifey had to paint the eyebrows on. And I must admit, I'm going to give props where props are due. I think she did a fantastic job. Now, everyone has their opinion, but I think that's about as good as I could ask for. You know what I mean? I think she did a phenomenal job, and I appreciate the fact that she likes to help and contribute, to my hobby. Now, she's not contributing to the point where like she's a full out enabler, because she does check me from time to time, but I do appreciate that she does like to get involved and contribute. So anyway, so paint, the brown paint accents on here look great all throughout. Where the paint is applied, it is fabulous. Even the straps here. This is, again, this aside, this is probably one of the better figures in the set. Like, I'm not even kidding. So yeah, so that's this guy in a nutshell. Oh, we should take a look at his elbow articulation. So elbow articulation, you do get the full bend at the elbow. Unfortunately, as is with common with this set, we don't see much for the updated articulation, but that's okay. That's okay. This is supposed to be like a 25th era-esque figure, and I'll take what I can get. So we'll come back, and we'll take a look at him side-by-side comparisons here. All right, so here he is with his vintage counterpart, and I gotta say that the club, they did good here, boys. Despite the fiasco with the eyebrows. So if you got a steady hand, mark it up. The paint that we used for his eyebrows, y'all know what this is, man. Y'all know what this is. If you do any sort of custom work, Model Masters flat black. So that's what we used for the. I say we, like, listen to me. I'm trying to be a hot shot, take credit for work I didn't do. That's the paint that my wife used to put the eyebrows on. So again, bless her heart, shout outs. And so, I mean, just looking at it side by side, you can tell that, again, the essence of the character, I feel, was captured. Little nuances aside, they did nail the shoulder paint, right? Obviously, you can't, I mean, unless you're going to go ahead and commission a brand new upper torso, which I don't see them doing that. I totally get. Anything they do drives the price up. Now, would I have still gone with a vintage version of the Maverick helmet? Yeah, I would have. Their version just, it was lazy. But here, I gotta say this, he's probably my third favorite figure in the set. I think top three, him, DJ, and Dodger, hands down. Easy. That's easy for me. And again, I find myself liking this set more than I should, more than I feel like I should. This is a great set. This is an awesome, fantastic set so far. So anyway, so if you look at the figure, right, like, so he's got a knife sculpted here. Obviously, they couldn't reduplicate that there because they would have had to commission a new lower leg sculpt. However, the stripes, they use great use of parts. All in all, great use of parts. I can't say that too often whenever the club takes on a project, but for this one, they absolutely nailed it. With what's available, they did good. They done good. So yeah, so I mean, do I recommend this figure out of the set? Yeah, absolutely. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna play a little game here. So while I got the camera rolling, we're gonna roll this bad boy in, and I think he's the designated vehicle driver for this particular one. I believe. I'm verifying on the file card. He's qualified to drive every vehicle. So yeah, so I guess I wasn't wrong, because as a wee lad, I had him in here. Now, to answer the age-old question, will he hold a vehicle? Let's find out. We're about to find out. Yeah. I mean, I think that works. That works within reason. His feet are actually touching the ground. And yes, the answer to the question is yes. He will absolutely, without a doubt, be able to drive his vehicle. So yeah. So there's that. And yeah, I recommend this figure. I don't know what his secondary market price goes for, but I want to say, like, if you go to the club for what you pay for initiation, etc., unless you can buy a golden ticket, you're paying about $37 a figure, I think. The math could be a little off right now because, again, I got the motivation juice with me here. So do I recommend this figure? Yeah, he's one of the better figures out of the whole set. And will he be able to drive a vehicle? Yes, he will be able to designate a vehicle, no problem. So that's it for this video. Hope you guys are liking what you're seeing. I appreciate the comments, appreciate the feedback. So till next time, hope you guys take care. Catch you on the flip side in the next video. Thanks for tuning in.